Wish Blossom Ranch has officially been out for 1 week and it has been such a blast. I am loving all of the new characters, all the new crafting items, but one of the things that I am most excited for, because I love taking pictures in this game, I love doing dream snaps and things like that, are all the new poses that we got. There are so many amazing opportunities with all the different horse poses, and now we have 3 new companion poses that we can also use. But I wanted to share my absolute favorite companion today, and that has to be the little bee. I think the bee is the absolute cutest thing I have ever seen in this game. I love the different poses that you can get with the bee. He's so cute. And you get the bee after feeding them 3 days. So I finally got one. I've been playing around with their poses, and I wanted to share some little tips and tricks for their poses because there's so much versatility here. So we also have the goose pose, which is very sweet, very cute, but you don't do too many things with the goose pose. And if you were to pause it and get your companion to go away, it might work if you can make it look like you're holding something. So it is a very versatile, neat pose. But let's switch over to the bee pose so you can see all the different things we do. So first off, this starting pose, we're just gonna make our adorable companion go away. Even though he's cute and we need him in all of our pictures, we're gonna make him go away because I wanna focus on these different body positions that you get with the pose. Now, I love this little bit of a just standing with our feet a little wide, kind of looking off. I think this is such a great pose. You could do it this way. You can do it to the back. Either side works. But it's really great. And that's like right when you take the bee out, you just pause it, and there is that pose. Now, if you didn't know, there is a little button down here. You can pause your poses to get them just perfect and just the way you want them. So I'm gonna hit play until I move. And then we also have this one. So this is when the little bee is like hitting us. You can see he's kind of like running into us, playing with us. It kind of, to me, it looks like a shy pose. Like this could be you're shy about something. Obviously, if you turn it, it is like, oh, kind of get away from me, or maybe, oh, shucks, what do you mean? I don't know. When you do that with your hands, it could be pushing or leaning on something. So this is another good kind of versatile pose. Now let's hit play again. Here's a great laughing pose. Now look, we've already gotten like 3 different poses from this one companion, but here's a really good laughing pose. It really looks candid and like you're just, you're having a great time and you just started laughing. So I love that, but we're gonna keep going because there's more. There's more poses to go. Now here's this one. This one, you might be able to do something. I'm going to try something to see if it works, but you could add a motif here that you're carrying something, or maybe put something else here, or, another villager. I don't know. We could play around and make that work. Here's this one. So you just keep hitting play and pause, play and pause. So this is when the bee is like next to your face. Look how cute. Not gonna lie, having the bee there is very cute, but we're gonna try it without the bee here. And then look at this pose. So after you let go of the bee, you kind of put your hand to your chest and you're looking off in the distance. Another like very candid and sweet look on your face. Maybe you're looking at something. I love this one. And then this one. So after the bee, you let him go, he kind of goes around your head and he comes back over here, and now you're looking up. So this would be so great if you had something here in your frame that was tall, that you want to be looking up at. This is a great pose for that. I love this one. And then we should start back over here in a second to where, yep, the bee hits us, and now we've started our whole thing back over. I want to try and do a few poses with that. So let's get out one of our horses. I'm gonna get out Blueberry because I just got the little unicorn and everything, and I just love, I don't know if it'll work with the unicorn hat on, but we're gonna find out. So let's put Blueberry right here and get down. And now we gotta try and play around with like where to stand. I think just about here might work, but we're gonna try it. and then we're gonna get our bee companion back out, and we're gonna have to pause my character at the right time, and then make the bee go away. And then the horses dip their heads down. You see how they dip their heads down? If we could time this right to get this horse kind of like with its head down right here, I wonder if we could do that. Let's try it. Let's try it. Okay, I scooted back a little bit, and you can see I think I need to move to this side a tiny bit, because watch. He does dip his head down, but it kind of clips into mine. See? Look at that. Okay, if we could just time this perfectly, we're going to scoot over. Just like a smidge. Scoot over a smidge. We're going to get our bee back out. Find that pose again and pause it. I wish we could pause the horses, but we can't quite pause them. Okay, kind of. We're almost there. We're almost there. It kind of looks like he's leaning his head down. I think what I'm going to do is take off my hat. I think I'm going to take off his unicorn thing. But look, it kind of looks like I'm holding his head. Okay, I'm not going to move my character because I kind of have the perfect spot. But let's take the hat off and let's edit Blueberry. And we're just going to take off Blueberry's headgear. Oh, it's right here. Okay. Oh, it moved Blueberry. Of course it did. So we got to reset this. Let's push Blueberry into the sunlight. Go over there. There you go. You can kind of push him around, which is nice. So I think I was kind of standing. Okay. I was here. I scooted as close as I could, and then I started the camera. So let's try this again. We're going to go ahead and turn him off. Oh my gosh. I almost looked like I was moving his head over. That's kind of good. Okay, wait. Let's wait for Blueberry to go back with his head. Oh my gosh. That looks kind of perfect. Wow. Okay, wait. I have to save that picture. That does look like it. Doesn't it look like I'm holding his head? Okay, this is a fun pose. It's definitely going to take a little bit of doing. You definitely have to play around with it. Like, you're not going to get on your first try. You got to figure out where to stand in order to get the horse's head to dip down. But that is adorable. That is such a cute pose. So I think it works really well if your horse doesn't have like that unicorn head on. And as long as you don't have a hat or your hair's not too big, I also think it's going to work. But it's all about where you stand, and then you just kind of have to wait on the horse to move. Oh, there. See, that one kind of clipped, but the other one was almost perfect. So you just have to kind of catch it at exactly the right time. I think we could also move our character and let her finish where she's looking up. Yeah, that's also great. So she's kind of looking up at her horse. That's a cute pose as well. So there's a lot more you can do with the horses, and I'm really glad that we can do this, because really the only pose you have with your horses, especially the Wish Blossom Ranch horses, is this pose. That's the only pose you can do with them. The other horses do have more poses, but this is the only one you can do with your Wish Blossom Ranch horse. So get out one of your companions instead. Let's try the goose real quick. See, the goose, if he's not there, you kind of look like you're trying to hold something. I don't know if we could maybe turn the other way. So if we turn that way, I don't think the horse is going to be able to dip his head down low enough. And I might need to scoot. It looks like my body's twisted. It looks like what happened to my body? Okay. Yeah, I mean, that one doesn't. You could probably play around with the goose one a little bit and get that to work as well. But I love the bee pose. I think the bee pose is one of the most versatile poses we have, with all of the different things we can do. But what do you guys think of the new companions? Which companion is your favorite? I think for me, definitely the bee is my favorite, not only for the poses, but it's just adorable. The bee is just so cute. I love it so much. So thank you so much for watching. I do have a goal to reach 11,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you found this video entertaining or helpful at all, I would love it if you subscribed. Thank you so much again for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.